Hello, hello, we have a new chapter of One Piece. This one at last returns to the saga of the Germa 66, which appears like it's kind of reaching its endpoint. They've got Caesar Clown, for better or worse. They seem to be escaping Whole Cake Island. They're going to get themselves involved in the main story again, probably at some point. Not really sure when or how. But right now there seems to be a pretty major focus on like technology. We've got the mysterious pacifista running around, and the title of this chapter is Future Island Egghead. Isn't Future Island... Could that be where Frankie went during the Kuma mandated training arcs? He went to the place where Vegapunk was from, and I think they described it as a future island. But, no, it was called like, it had a weird name. It was like Baldyland or something. it had like a Baltigo? No, wait, no, Baltigo is the name of the island that Dragon was hanging out on. No, it's a different place. It wasn't called Future Island. But Future Island is a very intriguing name. But yeah, it seems like Julie Bonnie's power, who just showed up, her ability to de-age things, the fact that there's little baby pacifista that look like the Seven Warlords, but as kids running around... I don't know. Very intriguing. Let's dive in and see where this new arc is taking us. Okay, so Bonnie popped out of the water. Luffy jumping in, saving them. Good, good. Chopper also saved. Little kid's yelling, but look down. Whoa! Big megalodon type shark. Like that movie Meg. This is a pretty awesome shot. I don't know how they still managed to make these giant sea creatures seem so intimidating when, you know, the power level of One Piece is now like totally off the charts, but something like this, it does still freak you out, right? So, you know, I guess it's because like people on the ship aren't necessarily at that power level, aren't at that standard. Even if Luffy and Zoro and Jinbei and even number 4 Sanji could handle a monster like this, the ship is still in danger, the rest of the crew is still in danger. It bites. Whoa, whoa, oh, I see Punk. I see Unk, which is part of Punk. I think we are actually closing in on Vegapunk. I think this is going to be a Vegapunk-driven saga that will reveal some of the technological mysteries of One Piece that have been hinted at as far back as chapter like in the 300s when we first learned that this mysterious man Vegapunk is able to feed devil fruits to inanimate objects and give the inanimate objects the power to transform like Zone. All of these mysteries will be revealed and more. Maybe not. Maybe only Luffy will talk to him and not care about what he's saying at all. This is intriguing. Made of metal, okay. This is just your typical arc is starting, chaos is happening, maybe the crew's gonna get split up. They're gonna arrive at shore in a real rough way, I'm sure. Woo, okay. This is a new feature of the Sunny, one that I don't know if it was just added during Wano or we'd never seen before, but it can fire off these little barrel torpedoes. Or no, that's not what's going on. Oh my gosh, I'm confused. Oh, my door? No, I think that's my neighbor's door. I'm gonna check. Yeah, that's my neighbor's door. It's all good. Oh, okay, I got distracted. I'm a little confused by what was happening here, but this is just like a propeller. This is just making the ship go faster, so that's fine. And then the shark is firing two torpedoes at the ship. Okay. Oh my gosh, dude, the Sunny capsizing? This is like a lot more danger than I thought they were in. You wouldn't think a mechanical shark, something so silly, something so not main event like, would be causing so much trouble. Okay, Jinbei rescues them. The shark preparing to fire again. The poor devil fruit users trying to survive. Oh, but underneath, the Vega Force 1. I thought at first this must have something to do with Frankie, but nah. This, I think, is part of Frankie's inspiration. That is something developed by Dr. Vegapunk. Notice all the numbers on all these, too? 3, 12. Frankie also numbered himself and his battleships and stuff like that. But we saw numbers as well when X-Drake invaded one of Kaido's islands, which was like a wintry, futuristic island. And they were like, are you an idiot? This is Kaido's turf. There's all these numbers on people, and people thought, oh, maybe that's a hallmark of Kaido's crew. But maybe instead, that was this island, and that's a hallmark of Vegapunk, and this is where Vegapunk was doing, like, work for Kaido and Joker and stuff. Also worked for the government. Obviously, he, like, splintered off with Caesar Clown, but, like, there's something more going on here. That dude's allegiances are all over the map, I think. The good doctor. Okay, so we are bringing back a lot of Punk Hazard stuff here. Tashigi trying to help these friggin' kids, these poor kids. Shrinking them back down to normal size. Getting really sick of that Helmeppo kid. Whoa, Vice Admiral, damn. This girl's crazy. Very cool. That's when safety's in question. Yeah. I think it's reasonable for Helmeppo to be freaking out, given that Kobe's kidnapped. Trying to get the higher brass to go rescue Kobe. I'm surprised we're suddenly kind of diving into this plot more significantly. I thought our jumping around was probably at an end, which makes me think that this has to somehow be also setting up this immediate next arc on the next island they're going to. And all this stuff with Bonnie and Vegapunk and stuff. We call it full lead. Makes sense. We're so close to Egghead, we could take the Seraphim. In contact with Drake at this point. Nothing we can do, get it through your head. So the Seraphim, I guess, is known to the people in Sword at least, which makes sense. Because they were kind of deployed alongside Kobe to Amazon Lily. It's just so eerie seeing them mentioned so, not like casually, but by, in not hushed tones, not whispered tones, when there's such a mysterious and kind of weirdly abhorrent entity. Okay, meanwhile, Luffy has no idea who she is. She ages herself up a little bit here. No problem, Boggy. That's what I look like when I'm free. Very, very interesting. And he said before that being the Pirate King means being the freest man in the world. Oh, by the way, I've been thinking more about Luffy's dream from the last chapter. It looks like the most common theory is that Luffy wants to hold the biggest party of all time, gathering people from around the entire world, from all nations on the globe, all races, all allegiances, to just party down as much as possible. I think that's pretty likely. I think that would really fit with Oda's vision for the finale of the series. Something so joyous. And I think that would be beautiful to watch. One other one that I've been thinking about is maybe it's the ability for humans to swim like fishmen. For humans to just be able to breathe underwater and swim indefinitely. Because it kind of speaks to an idea of freedom. Luffy first came up with his dream right after eating the gum fruit and losing the ability to swim, which was very distressing for him. There is this idea in his mind of just being able to move around the world linked with freedom. And it would be interesting to kind of unify the Fishman race and the human race in that way, like destroying Fishman Island in another sense of just making all of the ocean available to everyone. And it would fit in with this kind of reception he's getting of people laughing at him, people saying it's impossible, people acting like it's a weird childish thing, not even really understanding why he wants to do it. So would the big party, of course. Anyways, I don't know. Uh, I bet they're fine. I like Luffy flexing like this. This is fun. But your ship and crew came here alone. The metal monster ate my ship. You're eating it. I'm hungry. Let's look for a restaurant. It's a government island. It's called Egghead. So that's the place that naval base is very close to. Which makes sense, I guess, if they're trying to treat these kids with their mysterious punk hazard modifications. The island that houses Dr. Vegapunk's laboratory. Whoa! Luffy's even heard of Vegapunk. It's so famous. This is very, very exciting. I remember them saying, oh, this is like a winter island. It's like cold. But I see lots of palm trees. I don't know. Place 500 years in the future. I'm very, very excited. Because Punk Hazard had kind of like some of those science fiction-y type things. Big lab equipment, people running around, and like that. What am I trying to describe here? Those like hazmat suits and stuff, giving it like a very like I don't know, science-y. But like it wasn't, you know, it was a pale comparison to the power of true Vegapunk, I think. Give him a piece of my mind. Whoa! Everybody's so pumped for the giant robot! Even Caribou! Oh shit, who could this be? Can't be Vegapunk himself. Why would Vegapunk be out here in a giant robot? Impossible to control the urges of living creatures. But some assistant of Vegapunk's or something, I think. Yeah. Whoa! What?! Is it actually Dr. Vegapunk? Whoa! What? Humble genius scientist hired by the government. You can call me Dr. Vegapunk. Really? I think it's like a clone that he can inhabit, sort of like friggin' Bondrude was doing, because it says Punk 02 here. I think it's this is wild though. Okay, all right, okay. The adventure is beginning. Vegapunk introduced, sort of. Somebody calling themselves that. It could just straight up be like his daughter or something too. Call me Dr. Vegapunk. Okay, well, let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really feel like speculating too much at this point. My theory, there's some major component of like de-aging that we're seeing in the Pacifista, that we're seeing with Julie Bonnie. My guess is that Bonnie is actually like a very, very old person that at some point was captured by the government and used by Dr. Vegapunk in some experiments, that has somehow extracted the power of her fruit in such a way to make like the Pacifista, and maybe this explains this Dr. Vegapunk's experience as well. Certainly there's some stuff around like cloning too that we learned about in Whole Cake, that the Germa have access to, and we see in the cover story they could get involved as well. But I don't know. There's like so many avenues to explain the current mysteries, and each one draws upon a certain subset of the science of One Piece. But we all know that all roads kind of lead to and from Vegapunk, and we're finally seeing their appearance in the story, which is very, very thrilling. So look forward to that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first time Vegapunk was mentioned is way back in Ain's lobby, when they're looking at friggin' Spandam's elephant sword. And he's like, yeah, Vegapunk did it. And they're like, huh? And he's like, well. He's smart, you know? Yeah. Very, very excited to see this character finally appear after like 600-700 chapters. Crazy. Okay, that's all for now. Bye-bye.